on Troyalism, then?
What, the little puppet chap?
No, that's Troy Tempest.
Oh.
No, three in a bed sex, you know, threesomes.
Oh, yeah, it's good, that. I once turned down an eightsome, which is like a threesome plus a fivesome. Van load of birds pulled up at the lights. One of them stuck her head out the window and she says, "Why don't you jump in and give us all a baby?"
A bit forward, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. They were nuns, actually. I think they'd had craft too many at the Happy Eater.
Hey, you ever tried that role-playing in bed, you know?
Yeah. I once asked Dorothy to dress up, pretend she was a nurse.
She is a nurse.
Yeah, it didn't really work. Then she asked me to dress up as a farmer and come and rescue her.
Are you sure she didn't say fireman?
Yeah, she did, as a matter of fact. A bit embarrassing. I've still got the smock, actually. Should we sit down?
Why not?
How's your job hunt going?
Oh, well, I don't want to rush into anything, you know.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't hurt to pay a bit of rent, mate.
What, am I a bit behind? Well, I'll settle up now, mate. What's the damage?
657 quid.
Yeah, you know, actually, I wouldn't mind spending a bit more time around the flat, you know, because Deb's been put on part-time working, and she's, like, upstairs all day, and I'm, like, downstairs. It's like that programme.
Sad, horny neighbour.
No, upstairs, downstairs. Anyway, she just finished with Denzel, you see, so I reckon if I make the move now, I'll be in there.
Let's face it, Tony, the only way you're going to be in there is if you're both marooned on a desert island and she is a poisonous berry or a nut, which makes her temporarily deaf, dumb, stupid, forgetful and desperate for sex.
50-50 chance, you reckon?
Dad, what do you think of the reading area, then? I'm going up market.
Why, Les?
Well, the brewery says I was attracting too many old men with dribble hanging out of their mouths. I got the magazines out of a bin.
Yeah, Les, there's an old fried egg stuck in this one.
Oh, yeah. I'll have that.
Oh, look, it says in this survey that 12% of all men have paid for sex.
Yeah, I have.
You tell Dorothy.
It was Dorothy.
Role-playing, yeah?
No. She just knew that I was desperate.
How many birds have you been to bed with, then?
Difficult to say, really.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's important to get experience, don't you, so you don't feel like you've missed out.
Yeah. How many have you had, then? Well, seriously, how many have you had?
Well, I don't know about you, but I stopped counting about 50, you know.
50? Kid stuff.
Yeah. I'm just a bit of a feminist, you see. I worship women, each and every one of them.
Yeah, not for very long, obviously.
There's 2 billion of them out there, mate. It's a race against time.
Yeah. Dorothy? You know sex?
Is that the one where two people bounce up and down together with everything flapping about a bit?
That's it. You know how some people have had lots of partners and other people have had possibly not quite so many?
I love it when you tease me to breaking point with your probing questions.
How many have you had?
You should never ask a woman that question, Gary.
Why not?
Well, if she's had a lot, then she's a slut, and if she hasn't had very many, then she's a frigid old witch.
Which one are you?
Well, I suppose if I had to put myself in a pigeonhole, I'd say I was in the woman with disappointing boyfriend category. What's brought this on?
Nothing. What would you say was average, though, for a girl?
234.
Don't be disgusting.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I suppose it's reasonable for people of our age to have had up to, well, let's say, a dozen partners for...
12? For a girl? 12 men have...
Yes, all right. I'm sorry if you think you're sleeping with a slut.
Oh, no, I've been a bit of a slut myself. No shortage of frantic humping in my life, I can tell you. If you took all my ex-lovers and laid them end to end, they'd probably each to the corner of Manor Road. No, further, they'd probably go that tricky little roundabout by the Texaco garage. I'll broadcast my seed pretty thickly, I can tell you.
Yes, well, thank you for that traffic and farming update.
Sometimes I've fallen out of one bed and jumped straight into the next one without so much as stopping to retie my pyjama cord.
Look, do you want me to get in a taxi and go home? Or are you suffering from some genuine mental illness?
Sorry.
What's the matter?
I'm sorry.
Look, you know, if you've got a problem you want to share with me, you've only got to say. You know that, don't you?
What, and you'll understand?
Yeah, of course I will.
D is for dopey, and donkey, and dry cleaning, and hey, you do one. What's this?
Shop.
Delicatessen.
Oh, hi, Tony.
Oh, hi, Debs. Listen, I'm sorry to hear about you and Denzel splitting up.
Oh, it hadn't been going well for a while, you know. It's just a question of who said it first.
So who...
He did!
Would you like to come in and talk about it? Perhaps I can help piece together your shattered self-respect.
No.
And make you feel less like some bloke's miserable plaything. Something to be used and then discarded. Like a toy a child gets at Christmas and quickly loses interest in.
Oh, great. I feel better already.
No problem. Coffee?
Thanks, I've got my step class in a few minutes.
Oh, can I come?
All right, if you hurry.
Yes.
Used to be my father's, actually. He once took pictures of us on the beach in Newquay. They came back with the horizon on a sort of slope. So after that, we always called the place Wonky. Comical. The same thing happened the following year in Weston-super-Mare. But we couldn't think of an amusing alternative.
That Western sloping mare.
That's very good. Yeah, it's a pity you weren't on the holiday with us.
Yes, that's one of those tragedies, isn't it?
The year after that, we went to Cardigan, but we forgot to take the camera. Funnily enough, we also forgot to take our cardigans.
George, please don't make me sit on your head until you can't speak anymore.
Are you all right? You seem very on edge.
Can I ask you a personal question, George?
I'd like to have you up against the wall, Gary. I've got to take a picture of you for the security parts.
So the thing is, George, are you entirely happy with the number of sexual partners you've had?
Oh, yes. Marjorie's the only woman I've ever needed. We're as much in love today as we were when we first met in that fire-damaged co-op. Lovely. I'm a little worried about getting your ears in.
George, can I say it's nice to meet a man who isn't ashamed to admit that his sexual experience is a little bit limited?
Oh, I wouldn't say limited. When I was a bachelor, I was like a rat up a drain pipe. Huge smile.
Deborah, I hope that us doing some sport together will, you know, bring us closer, allow us to spend more time together.
Well, you never know, do you?
Yeah, I'd hate you to think it was just a tacky excuse for me to watch you bending over and sweating. Maybe if I don't stand behind you, I can watch and learn, eh? Excuse me, I have to go here.
Why?
Because I'm blind and I have to be near my friend in case I fall off my step. Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Today we're going to have a change. So what I need you to do, I need you all to face me this way.
Could we try one with me looking a little quizzical, you know?
Lovely.
Oh, no, perhaps something this way. You've probably noticed. This is my happy-go-lucky side.
Anthea, this is for a security pass, not a cover of Italian Vogue.
I'm sorry. It's just that it's not often I get the chance to be photographed. Oh,
I thought you said you had your picture in the local paper recently.
yes, I did. But it was one of those satellite pictures, you know. You could see the whole of Dorking. And most of Guildford.
Can I ask you a very personal question, Anthea?
Yes?
How many men have you been intimate with?
Will this affect my Christmas bonus?
Never mind, Anthea.
You're letting this sex business get you down, aren't you?
Well, that's my generation, isn't it? We're supposed to be at it night and day. A person my age should have got through enough condoms to rubberise Ipswich.
You want to?
It's not a question of wanting to. It's my duty as a single guy living in the swinging city. I should have 200 notches in my bedpost. Should look like a notchy thing. Tony's is incredibly notchy.
And how many notches have you got in yours?
3.
Yes, well, that's not very many, is it?
Thanks a bunch, George.
It doesn't matter.
Of course it matters. Women don't respect a man who's only had 3 partners.
Well, I think you should be proud. You've resisted trivial involvements. You've been faithful. Now, that's rather beautiful.
No, I've just been turned down a lot.
Still, think of the time you've saved.
Saved for what? Well, that happens all the time, doesn't it? Oh, Gary, Linda Evangelista and Winona Ryder are here to make love to you. No, I'm sorry. I'm saving the time.
Shall I make us a nice cup of tea?
I love these sex surveys.
Yeah. So there's always something frightening, like 1 man in 8 has had sex with a fence.
It's not something you want to boast about, is it?
Oh, Gary would. And the way he tells it, before he met me, he spent his whole life going from one pulsating supermodel to the next. But he doesn't go into details. He just uses phrases like, well, I didn't have my trousers on much that week, as you can imagine. And then he makes his lip go all funny up on one side like that. How's it going with you and Tony?
Oh, just getting over Denzel, really. Just letting Tony entertain me.
Wouldn't it be less painful to hire Cannon and Ball?
I quite like him. He's a bit like a puppy. Sort of runs around, yapping and sniffing at anything with a bottom.
So, you gonna give it a go?
I don't know. All depends if he can be a bit more sensitive.
There you go, babe, down your neck.
Hey, chicks. What's got an attractive blonde head and comes in pints?
We were just talking about sensitivity, Gary.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Crown on a typical festive session for our inaugural quiz night.
Oh.
I take it you're all in your teams already? So we can get on with a clean, civilised contest with no use of encyclopedias, prearranged hand signals or mobile phones. Right, pens and papers at the ready? Yes, right, question number 1. In which film did Scandinavian beauty Britt Ekland first get her kit off? Number 2, you buy 8 pints of Skull and half a dozen Pernod chasers out of a 20 quid note, and with your change, how many Johnnies can you get out of the machine in the castle?
I'm going home.
No, stay, please. Don't get easier.
Question number 3. Mozart's Concerto for Flute and Harp is in what key? It's got you, hasn't it? That's a joke question. Rule number 3 is... in which film did feisty American actress Demi Moore first get her kit off? Right, now number 4, let's just get a little bit serious here. What is the average number of sexual partners a man aged 30 will have? No peeking at the magazines in the reading area there.
Well, what do you think, Gary?
50.
50? It's quite a lot, isn't it?
No, I think that's about right, 50. Yeah.
Well, you've never been to bed with 50 women.
Sorry.
There's some serious conferring going on over there. Yeah, quite right. First prize, remember? All the pork scratchings you can eat in 5 minutes. That's worth thinking hard about.
I said you've never been to bed with 50 women.
Yes, I have. I can prove it.
OK.
It's open!
Hi.
Hi.
Oh, it's hot in here.
Yeah, the heating's stuck on. We'll be down to our skimpy little underthings if we're not careful.
Why don't you open a window?
Oh, no, we can't. We sealed them up. Wasps. Right, shall we start? What would you like, then? Cindy Crawford, Linda Robson, Jacqueline Smith, Mary Helvin, Jerry Hall...
I don't mind, actually.
Linda Lusardi, Joan Collins, Angela Lansbury. That was a mistake. LaToya Jackson or Cher?
You got the lot.
Actually, we're missing an early Raquel Welch, but Gary's got his feelers out.
Well, who does the best exercises?
We don't exercise to him.
Well, I don't know. You choose. It's sad, but you seem to be an expert.
OK.
There.
Lovely.
I could get quite interested in photography, you know.
Yes, it's a rather good hobby.
I had some very pleasant hours in the darkroom enlarging those pictures I took the other day.
Oh, super.
Excuse me, does this office have to sound like an episode of Little House on the Prairie?
Well, we're a bit like that, really. The little office on the prairie.
Don't be twee, Anthea.
I thought we might send this up to head office, then they could put it in the staff magazine.
Yes, I can see the caption now. The London office, shortly before its staff were released into the community. No more photography, please, George.
It is all work-related.
No, George, I've seen this before. You're entering that twilight world where you can't tell if you're a clerk in a security company or Lord Bloody Lichfield.
I've made you a little case for your security pass.
Oh, thanks, Anthea.
And I had lots of material left over, so I've made us all Tupperware pouches.
Thank you very much indeed.
Well, you've seemed a little down in the mouth recently.
Not anymore. George, I'm depressed. I've got to prove to Dorothy I've had 50 lovers when I've only had 3, and I now own a hand-embroidered Tupperware pouch.
I meant to ask, who were these 3 lady friends?
Well, the first one was Pat. That wasn't her real name. People just used to call her that because you only had to pat her and she'd let you do the business. She was nice. Just a little dimple in her chin. Used to keep a tree ball mint in it. You know, the way people put a cigarette behind their ear. Have it later. Then there was Leslie. Suppose I took her for granted a bit. She left me in the end one Christmas. She bought me a cashmere coat and a gold tie-pin.
What did you buy her?
Tissues.
A box of tissues?
Of course there was a box of tissues. I'm not going to give her loose tissues, am I? I'm not peculiar. And then there was Dorothy.
Ah, she's a lovely lady.
Yeah, she is.
Of course, she's quite
Scary, exactly. So how am I going to prove to her that I need to hire the National Exhibition Centre to accommodate my ex-lovers when in actual fact they'd all fit in one large cardboard box?
Where'd you get those marks from?
What marks?
Those marks.
Oh, they just come and go. See, I rescued this cat from a burning warehouse when I was about 17, and while I was doing it, this radiator fell on the backs of my legs.
Nasty.
Hey, Debs! Deb! Oh, hey.
God. Oh, God. I'm supposed to wave back now, am I? Huh? Oh, Baldy Marine boy? Right. There we go. Can't be that hard. Just walk to the end. Oh, no. Yeah, this is better. That's it. Oh, it's not that far down. Just stand up. Oh, dear.
I'll tell you, Tony vomited off the top diving board of the pool yesterday afternoon.
Oh, very Tony.
Yeah, apparently the filter mechanism exploded.
Yeah, I can imagine. What's he doing on the top board?
I think he was just standing up there and vomiting.
Trying to impress Deborah, I suppose.
Yeah. Perhaps now I'll stop trying to add her to his list of conquests.
Yeah. Talking of which, weren't you going to show me evidence of your incredible sexual career?
OK.
No, Gary, it doesn't matter. I don't really want to see it.
Out in the open. I don't think we should have any secrets from each other. Here we are. There, photos of the women in my life whose existence you seem to doubt. There, that's Nicola, the day we first met. I didn't have my trousers on much that week, as you can imagine. And that's me. Oh, yeah, that's me with Tiffany, horsing around. Don't get me onto Tiffany.
What are you trying to prove, Gary?
Nothing. We've got some letters here somewhere. Here we go. Here's one from Caroline.
Carolyn,
whatever. She's a nice girl, half Cherokee. Interesting.
Yeah. Her spelling seems to be as bad as yours.
Really? Do you think so? I think she spells you are the most considerate and physically astonishing lover I've ever had rather well, don't you?
Listen, Gary, I mean, I didn't know about any of this, and it's... But it's hurtful.
Well, fair's fair, love. I mean, you tried to make me out to be a liar and a pathetic guy. Oh, come on, look, it doesn't matter. Oh. There.
Gary, have me properly! Gary! Oh!
Not disturbing anything, am I?
No.
No.
What are you doing with my photograph?
They're my photographs.
Look, that's Mandy Sturgis and there's Sarah.
Did you go out with Mandy and Sarah too? They are mine. Look, that's me there, that one with the nice brunette with her back to the camera.
Oh, yeah, that's Anthea, Gary.
Well, what about the letters?
Yeah, I think the alarm bell started ringing when I saw the phrase, yours faithfully, George, crossed out and then replaced with, all my love, moist thighs.
So you knew?
Oh, Gary, I always know.
Turn it up, it's good, this bit.
Want to wake Dorothy?
Nah, I recognise her breathing. Night like this, we could strap her to the front of the Gatwick Express, she wouldn't wake up.
We're raising our pelvises and tilting them. Tilt that pelvis. You want to feel good now, don't you?
Hey, I'll tell you what's funny about sex.
Yeah.
When I'm going out with someone, right, I always get the hots from my last but one partner. Do you know what I mean? Oh, no, I don't suppose you do. Sorry, mate.
Listen, mate, you'd have to be pretty stupid in this day and age if you measured your success by the number of birds you've had.
You're right. Fair play. You've been doing it all day, though.
How's Debs?
Oh, brilliant.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Things are hotting up nicely.
Yeah.
Played squash today.
Any good?
Great, yeah. Had to finish early, though.
Why that?
Just broke a racket on the back of my head.
Hey, turn it up, turn it up.
Okay, then. Stretch those thighs. Yep, I know it's hurting. Okay, now. Up on your haunches. Let's make every day a butter firming day.
Classic.
Classic.